everyone. So I just got out of class. I never record at night because I don't ever. There's no reason. I don't know why. I feel like it's better to do it in the morning. But I have found that typically in the mornings I have a lot on my head, so I don't know if it's the best time because it can really lead to a messy video and messy thoughts. So I've been very cautious of how when I choose to record. But hello, if you're commuting, I hope you're doing so safely. If you're just listening, I hope you're doing so safely. Yes, let's get to it. So today I woke up quite early at 6:40. I typically wake up at like 7:20 for school, which is not early. I need to be out of my house by like 7:45. I leave my house at 8 most times, which is very, very bad. But I took a shower. I spent a lot of time in bed, and I left my house very late. I think maybe one of the latest times I've ever left it, which is very, very bad because I shouldn't. If I woke up that early, why did I go to school late? You know what I mean? And went to school. There wasn't much traffic this morning, surprisingly. Although I don't even know what time it is. Anyway. Went to school, did school things, and then I hung out with my friend a little bit after school. I don't know why. I easily could have come home, but my car was dead because I left the headlights on. So that was very cute. And now I'm on my way home. I have a really strong and firm belief that forced things will never be fun because they're forced, and I think that's just a fact. I don't think that you can force anything. I think you can fake it until you make it. I can fake my confidence and then have confidence, but I don't think that I can force having a good time in the same way that I can't force enjoying a meal I don't like. I say this because I've recently been seeing this friend, and it started off with the intent of it becoming something lovey-dovey and gross. And this person that I've been seeing is someone who isn't your average Joe. They're someone who has their foot in the music industry. I actually met them at their show, so them becoming very successful, and that isn't nearly as impossible as it is for me. And the fact that they simply even agreed to coming to hang out with me is very crazy. Simply because, hello, do we know who I am? You know what I mean? So I've hung out with them a couple times, and they're cool and whatnot. And before I hung out with them more, and I guess the first couple times I began to hang out with them, my friend was like, "Oh, don't mess it up. Don't fumble the bag." And in my head I was like, I do that a lot. I am very not confident when it comes to commitment. I don't like commitment. I don't think it's cute. I don't know if I've shared this, but I don't plan on getting married. I don't see myself getting married. I don't envision myself with a partner. I don't envision myself with kids. And not because I don't want a partner, because adopting is obviously in the equation, but I don't even think, maybe if I want kids, I think what I would do is adopt, but I don't even want kids, and not even for the fact that they have to grow inside of me, but more of the fact that I don't want to bring another human being into this world. And I think that motherhood is a beautiful thing. I appreciate it and admire it so deeply, but I'm just too scared of me eventually hurting my child in any way, shape, or form, because I can do this, this, and this, and this for them, but it will not give them the consequence, or the consequence that it might give them isn't what my intent was meant to do. And that's scary, because I think that when growing up, my dad did a lot of things for me that he thought were beneficial for me, but in the long run just ended up hurting me very, very terribly. And like I said, all of these things were done from love, but they did not produce love. They did not make me feel loved. And that's very, very scary, because I can also give my child the world, but that's not what they want. And I'm scared that, like, I don't exactly know, like, the psychological brain of a child and how it's developed, but what if, like, the way that I love isn't the way that they love? Or what if I give them what I needed as a kid and that's not what they needed? I'm getting sidetracked, but yes, I don't want kids. I'm very passionate about that. I spoke with my dad about it, and he was very upset at the fact that I would even say that I didn't want kids, and he didn't agree with my reasoning. And although he didn't agree with it and it made him very upset, I'm still not gonna have kids. Sorry, Dad, I'm not having kids. But yes, anywho, so these are two. Whenever I envision my future, I never envision it alongside someone. I envision myself completing these goals on my own. I envision myself doing the things that I want to do on my own. And I see, like, little romantic, like, relationships, but nothing long term. And if you're in a relationship long term, please, if you've ever had any of these thoughts, let me know how you changed them. But I don't know if it's because I've just never met anyone that's, like, I guess I haven't met the one, quote unquote, the one, or if I genuinely just don't like the people that I'm meeting. But throughout my lifetime, I think I've been many versions of myself, as everyone has been, because I don't think you stay the same regardless on whether or not you want to change or going to change. Your environments change, everything changes, and it, I guess, produces you to change. And with that, I can't guarantee or promise anyone that I'm going to love who they're going to become, or vice versa. I'm not going to stay the same forever. How will I know that they will love me? And I guess with that is me saying that I fear that I might love someone and they end up not loving me back in the same ways that I do. And that's another thing. I can give someone everything, every part of who I am, in every way, shape, or form. I can love them. I can put them on the highest pedestal, but that does not mean that they will do the same, nor does it mean they will appreciate it, nor does it mean that me giving all these things to someone will allow them to love me. And if you hear any flaws in the way I'm thinking, please share them with me, because I am nothing has changed my mind on this mindset that I have. No one has came into my life and I've thought, you know what, maybe I can have them in my life for a long time. And it sounds very bad, but not really, because in any type of romantic relationship that I've been in, I've very clearly stated that I don't plan to get married. I don't ever see myself committing to someone, and that's that. And it's not, everyone knows it. At least everyone in my life is what I'm saying. So there's that mindset that I have. This is my mindset. I'm sharing it with you guys, and like I said, I've been seeing this guy, and I told my friend about him, and she was like, don't mess it up, don't fumble the bag. Okay, cool. We've hung out a handful of times, and I don't know if it's because this relationship that we're creating is very like getting to know you type of thing. I typically never share much of myself in these types of scenarios, so he's allowing that to happen, and I appreciate it. Cool, whatever. But I don't know if it's just simply because I haven't opened up all the way with him and felt comfortable, but I feel like nothing. I don't, and I mean this in the way of like anything that people use to describe how they feel when they're like falling in love or when they've met the one, stuff like that. I've never felt like, ooh, butterflies, or ooh, I really like this about you, or ooh, I can't imagine not spending time with you. I can't imagine my life without you. That type of stuff. And I don't know if it's extremely early on to like even create that judgment. But again, I've never pursued any quote-unquote romantical relationship like this. So, I don't know yet, but if anyone else has this mindset that I have, and you are in a lifelong relationship now, and you don't see yourself with this person anymore, or without this person, I'm sorry, is it because of that person, or is it because your mindset changed? Or did that person change your mindset? I'm very curious because I've known for a long time, since I was very, very, very young, that I didn't want a relationship. But now, as I've grown older, it's more of I don't want a relationship, and I'm not gonna even force myself to be in one. I'm not gonna commit to anyone, and I'm not gonna ever, like, nothing has changed my mind yet. If anything, my reasonings have become more strong and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of this video. I don't know if I'm done talking, but when I spend let me give you some backstory. When I spend my time with this person, it's typically late at night, and we bond a lot over similar music. We are very similar people. And previous to meeting this person, I was very like, oh, do I want someone who's like me in a relationship? If I were to be in a relationship, or do I want someone who's extremely opposite of me? But then I was like, I don't think it matters as long as our cores, our morals and beliefs sort of align and complement each other. And I haven't found someone like me in that way. We share a lot of similar interests, and we do a lot of similar things, but again, I have found like nothing that's like made me geek over them. And I don't know if, like, again, it's too early on to even like have something to geek over. But that's been my mindset recently, and my friend just making that comment, I think, is just adding a lot of pressure to me to feel the need to find something about them that I really, really like, or something. I don't know. But I haven't found it, and the pressure is settling. And I'm like, am I just... Because, I've always thought this, but I don't know. I don't know, TBH. But, yes, I admire love, and I love to love, but I've never loved in a romantic way. And if so, I don't know if my love languages would change. I think when I love someone, or when show my love towards like a friend or like a family member, it's evenly distributed. I think it's evenly distributed. I love to do things for my friends. I love reassuring my friends with how much I love them. Not reassuring, but just reminding. I also love, I've learned this recently, that I like physical touch. Never knew that. I find myself releasing physical touch to my friends and family members. I also like, what's the other one? Quality time. That one's a big one. I think that one's my top one, to be honest. But yeah, I've learned all these things, and I don't know if one of them will enhance if I ever feel the need to give it to like, I don't know if one of them will enhance when I get in a relationship, if I ever do. So, thanks guys. That's what today's TED Talk was about. But like I said, I really love love. I admire all the old people who are in love. I think it's so cute. Yes. It also could be because I have never had a great example of love. To be quite frank with you guys. Last night I posted a picture of my dog. And he looked like Spider-Man, like his pose, like he was posing like him. So I posted it, and I was like, I did a little poll, and I was like, Spider-Man or Husky? And he's typically everywhere around the house. So I was like yelling, I was like, I miss him. And then I was thinking he's upstairs. And then they're like, where is he? And I'm like, I don't know. So I thought he was in the living room if he wasn't upstairs. So I was just like finishing up my homework, and then I remember he's been outside the whole night. Not the whole night, but like for that time that I was like wondering where he was at in the cold. And when he came inside, I touched him. He was cold. But then he just kept on wanting to go outside. So he was having a great time outside. We played some catch. It was fun. It was great. I liked it. But yeah.